Been shortlisted for the 2017 Felix Dennis Prize. He's been a joint winner on the Brunel African Prize, and he's been published in magazines from the Poetry Review to Rialto to the Boston Review. He lives in London, and his work, if you haven't checked it out, The Kingdom of Gravity, his poetry book, is simply sublime. Can you put your hands together for Nick Makoha, please?
How are you? Yeah. Full house, not bad. All right. Leeds represent. Yeah, put some places to shame. All right, so I know it's about Caribbean writing. I'm just going to let you in a big secret. I'm African. And I'm okay with it. So I'm from Uganda. I'm going to read you some really happy poems about Uganda, about Idi Amin, about the war. So let's get to it. So the first poem I'm going to read you. It's actually on the back of this. This is a free giveaway. It's just I'll just pass it to you. You can pass it around. It's called King of Myth. I had to leave Uganda because of the Idi Amin regime. So I'm going to share with you 4 poems. The last, which will be the title poem, Kingdom of Gravity. King of Myth. Back when you were taken from our lives like the Son of God ascending into heaven to another life, policemen on their motorbikes named you King of Myth. We danced to toss grenades, all part of the charade in this fire ritual. In a restless air, we surrendered our weapons, axe heads, shanks, short rope, blades, and some poison, with all its animal understanding. Now fair game to the enemy with our world in their scope. They came down hills, phantoms from a fallen sky with years of practice at soft landings onto rooftops in darkness, like a spirit, slipping into skin. The violence of their guns kept our voices from escaping. A disturbance in the trees can easily be mistaken for wind. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me, as the radio sings. So, I just got to get this out there because it's been on my mind. I've been talking to my friends about it. So these are 2 Trini friends, and wherever I move, I need Trinidadians in the space. I'm just serious. It's just how it goes. I just rang up Amazon. The lady who speak to me was from Trinidad. I don't know how it works. It's just how it goes. So, but yeah, anyway, the thing I want to get off my mind is it's very upsetting what is happening to the human bodies, particularly to women and young children, when you're looking at things like R. Kelly. I know this has got nothing to do with that, but my frustration I have to clear that before I do this poem, because this poem is quite upsetting. So it's called Resurrection Man. Somewhere west of our sacred sites, the ghost of your former self is rising from captivity. Your student friend, the one that saw you last, swears she left you alive in the taxi. Even after my 2-fisted punches, she denies being the one who gave the signal for dark men to change their shapes in the night, as you knelt blindfolded. I wanted to believe she had no part in the shaving of your hair and pubic mound in front of onlookers, rebels, kneading your breasts like posher in their palms, begging in turn for your body, bleached by the Jeep's headlights. Once broken, you were dragged by the arms across the grass onto the unpaved taxiway of Aurora Airport. Then one yelled, "Burn her, the witch." The echoes agreed. One lit a match, another peeled the blindfold, the rest poured gin on your face. I know you saw me in the hollow of a tree. I wanted to run to you, but their bullets would have easily caught up with me. I learned to stand firm in the dark. A man must have 2 faces, one he can live with and one he can die with. The second face is mine. This is a hard poem. This is a Bird in Flames. I like this poem. It's the last poem I wrote for the collection. I remember Jeremy. Where's Jeremy? I remember Jeremy saying to me, "Yeah, you can put it in," very graciously. And I even asked him where to put it in, and he was like, "Yep, that's fine." Boom. But it's probably the hardest poem to write because I think every poet has that poem that they're working on that takes longer than they require. This was that poem for me. Bird in Flames. And as the saying goes, remember the bird. Remember what?
The bird.
Easy. Must be from Trinidad. Okay. Bird in Flames. A man in his beard talks to another man after a swig of a dark bottle. His lips leak out a In the first death, I'm a bird, darting from an oncoming pickup truck under starlights, a static quiet. The pickup drives down the road. Two men mention genocide. A third struggles to confess that he has spoken to the tribes and it stirred a conflict. Earlier, a third man was blindfolded, a hand resting at the bottleneck of his throat, a knife at his wrists. Others surrounded him in a circle under a low purple light. Discomfort dripped from his mouth. They were looking for a reaction. The moment was disguised as a get-together, hence the beer, the meat, the parties, and women's voices rising up over music. A third man's arms are crossed as a deep voice enters the discussion and asks him, "Truthfully, Bishop, where are the arms?" The night has an Indian heat. Silence glues the third man to his seat. A voice says, "Set a table." He leans into the bishop's ear, rolls his sleeves, and invites him to join him once he has told him where the guns are. The guns. The bishop replies, "I can live without your formalities, without these courtesies. I mean, what meal have you prepared that I have not eaten?" The voice kicks his chair out from under him. Back in the pickup, the bodies are not moving. No side glances. They pass a school, a settlement, a store, a trading post up in the hills, but there is no conversation. Notice the bird. The car's headlights are like fireflies, and since the moment has passed, I can tell you, there was no bird. But the table of food was real. The only things missing are the bullets. A second death. That is how nations die over there. And when I say nation, I mean tribe. And when I say tribe, I mean people. And when I say over there, I mean here. So, I was just talking to Malika just a few hours ago. One of the things she's doing a new project. And one of the things that identifies us, particularly in People Tree, is that we're all from different places. And a lot of times it's hard for people to understand where you're from. So this poem, Kingdom of Gravity, tries to get you to understand me through the River Nile. So my last poem is Kingdom of Gravity. We are not Alexander, who conquered worlds, giving them new tongues. But we share a story of a ship resting on an African river, unbuckling at its shore, awakened by a night's cold, hard rain, staring at the voice of the Nile as it reminds you that you are a hawk, silent in the voice of a midnight universe. And what makes a man name a city after himself? Asking bricks to be bones, asking the wind to breathe like the lungs of a night, asking the night to come close to you, to speak to you as a tribe, asking the tribe to sleep, asking sleep to loosen language, asking language to dream. Come close to me. Can you not see that I'm in search of fire, the unshapen song of light? In my mouth a flame, spoken to me by the oracle, like others. I was in search of a forest, a place to call home. But what can I tell you about the kingdom? About having the world at your feet? I mean, when you have seen all of earth's boundaries, you will crave for them in mirrors. You will search for them in streams. And when the river looks back at you, how can you be sure that nothing is lost? Thank you.